And we are ready to get underway at 10:01 a.m. The lefty delivers, and the first pitch, a fastball, swing and a miss, 0-1 on Logan. Gutman gets his sign and will work quickly from the windup. The 0-1 went changeup away, and Logan taps it foul at the plate. Quickly, it's 0-2 on the Panthers center fielder. Looking at the rest of the Panthers lineup, it'll be Cam Davis, Landon Fry, Isaiah Snavely, Brady Keck. In the sixth spot is Jack Moorman with Noah Hess, Trevor Jarvis, and Jaden Garcia in the bottom third. The 0-2. Swing and a miss at an elevated fastball, and it is a 3-pitch strikeout. And Gutman continues right where he left off his last appearance. That is now 37 strikeouts in 18 innings of work, better than 2 per inning. The lefty gets ready to deliver to Cam Davis, who takes a changeup just below the zone. And it is 1-0 on the Panther shortstop, a .439 hitter, 3 doubles, no homers, 9 knocked in, and he misses again a little downstairs, and it's 2-0 on Davis. Gutman winds, delivers, and he gets a swing and a miss. 2-1. Gutman, only 5'8", just a junior. 2-1 pitch. It's lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Drifting back is Phillips, the second baseman, and he has to reach way over his head to make a catch. And that is 2 away here in the top of the first inning. Well, you've got quite the pitcher's duel today with Gutman 3-0 with a 0.00 earned run average. Snider is going to counter with Noah Hess, who's 3-0 with a 0.31 ERA. But they're both going up against teams that have been pretty productive offensively. 2 outs, bases empty, and it's Landon Fry who takes a pitch well inside for ball 1. Fry, .423 hitter on the season. And this one's fouled, and it will slice out of play down the right field line. Fry with 6 doubles, a triple, 25 RBIs to lead the Snider Panthers offensively under their head coach Josh Klinkenbeard. Homestead coached by Nick Bile. The pitch, low and inside. It bounces in front of catcher Johnny Enkenbrook. And it's 2 balls and a strike on Fry. Fry, a right-handed hitter, will be at first base today. We've seen this Panthers team 3 separate Saturdays, and Fry's been somewhere different each week. The pitch, that is fouled right straight back into the screen in front of us behind home plate. Beautiful new baseball diamond out here at the complex at Homestead High School. A long look in for the sign and the 2-2, and he got him to help him out, swing at a pitch a little wide of the plate. It is 2 strikeouts in the top of the first, and down 1-2-3 go the Snider Panthers. After a half inning of play, scoreless here at Homestead between the Snider Panthers and the Homestead Spartans on the high school game of the week, presented by PSM Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Pair of lefties hooking up here at Homestead for the Snider Panthers. It is Noah Hess. Hess is a senior left-hander who so far has been pretty spectacular for Snider. He's only allowed 1 earned run over 22 1/3 innings. A 3-0 record, ERA 0.31. But I think what's most impressive about Noah Hess's stats so far, he has struck out 33, about 1.5 an inning, and he has walked just 1 batter the entire season through 22 1/3 innings. Homestead Spartans, after holding the Panthers scoreless in the top of the first, started off with a left-handed hitter. It's Shane Bardwell, the right fielder, a .345 stick this season. And the first offering from Hess in on the hands, popped up third base side. It's in foul ground, and the catcher, Jack Moorman, will handle it for Snider. And it's 1 pitch, 1 away in the bottom of the first. Gonna put the world away for up Johnny Enkenbrook, 375 hitting catcher. He's got 1 home run, 10 RBIs. He's a right-handed stick against the southpaw. Hess winds, and the pitch tails outside, ball 1. Spartans 15-2. Snider 13-3. The 1-0 off speed, and he foul tipped it. Evens the count up 1-1 on Enkenbrook. Rest of the Spartans lineup, it'll be Cole Kintz next. Cleanup hitter is Luke Nysonger. Connor Deem in the 5 spot. Hitters 6 through 9, Aiden Phillips, Gray Stockwell, Braden Schieffel, and Will Karshner. And the pitch off speed, and that's lifted toward right center, but that is Brandon Logan's zip code out there in center. He'll cover a lot of ground, and he easily gets to that ball and makes the catch. 2 outs, base is empty, and it'll be up to DH Cole Kintz to try to continue the bottom half of the first for the Spartans. Wearing all white uniforms, blue letters, numbers. They've got some yellow trim, blue helmets. And the lefty-righty matchup. Take a fastball at the top of the zone on the outside corner, strike 1. Working quickly, another fastball, and that one just above the letters. That'll even the count 1-1. Kent's hitting 375. Swing a little tardy on the heat. And it is now 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kent's. Snider went down 1-2-3 in the top half, and that pitch is upstairs, evens the count on Kent's 2-2. Spartans trying to avoid it here in the bottom half. The windup and the 2-2. Off speed, pulled the string, hit Kent's way out in front. Swing and a miss, and it is the first strikeout of the game for Noah Hess, but 1-2-3, down go the Spartans. We head to the second, scoreless here at Homestead between the Spartans and the Snider Panthers on the PSM Baseball High School Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. To the second inning we go here at Homestead, and it is scoreless and hitless between the Snider Panthers and the Homestead Spartans on just a beautiful day. Temperatures were in the upper 40s as I left the house this morning, working their way through the 50s as the teams warmed up, and we're almost to 60. Here as Snider bats with Isaiah Snavely starting it off in the top of the second. He fouls off the first pitch, and it is 0-1. On Snavely, hitting 396 on the year. 3 doubles, 3 triples, 3 homers. The 0-1, big breaker, and it breaks off the plate for ball 1, evening the count. Lefty-lefty matchup. Gutman looks in, gets the sign, and the 1-1. Fouled straight back into the screen. Snider in the dugout down the first base side. Spartans in the home dugout on the third base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the windup. And it's in on the hands. Fisted out towards short. Big slice, a lot of English. And Nysonger almost overran it, but he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. That ball got right in on the knuckles on Snavely. Soft liner to short with 1 out. It's Brady Keck. And he goes after the first pitch, fouls it straight back into the screen, and quickly Gutman is ahead 0-1. The pitch, and that hit him. That one got away from Gutman, and it pegs Keck somewhere near the hip. And so it is Keck trotting down to first. He's the first base runner of the ball game on the hit by pitch, 1 away. And the batter will be Jack Mormon, the Panthers catcher. 378 average. It's knocked in 16 on the year. This is the 17th game of the season for the Panthers. Game 18 will follow this one approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of Game 1. The stretch, the pitch to Moorman, and that's a called strike at the knees on the inside corner. 0-1. Keck the lead at first. And a fastball that paints the black on the outer edge. Gutman comes right back. It's ahead of Moorman. 0-2. Shortstop Luke Nysonger playing toward the middle of the diamond on Moorman. And that one is hacked foul opposite way and over the Snider dugout on the first base side. Count stays 0-2 on Moorman. Gutman to the stretch. The pitch. Breaking ball down and in. Snap throw behind the runner at first, and he dives in safely. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Moorman. Very little breeze, just bright sunshine and the wind pretty much equal to the cloud cover. There is none. Here comes the pitch. Nope. Timeout called at the plate. Gutman got going toward home, and home plate umpire had his hand up. Time had been requested and granted, so it's still 1 ball, 2 strikes on Moorman. And the pitch. Fastball outside. Scoreless, top of the second. Keck the runner at first. Moorman at the plate with a 2-2 count. Mason Gutman, the stretch, the pitch, pops straight up in the air. First baseman Connor Deem calling and making the catch about halfway between first base and home plate. That's 2 away. And it brings up Noah Hess trying to help himself, the Panthers pitcher, with a .326 average at the plate. First pitch, a breaking ball stays high for ball 1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Southpaw with the stretch and the pitch. And that's in tight. It's fallen behind Hess 2-0. Keck, the runner at first, reached on a hit by pitch. Still there with 2 outs. And the 2-0. And that's fouled straight back, 2-1. Don't have the height and weights of the Panthers, but that's a pretty good-sized kid. Strong left-hander. Waves the bat over his left shoulder and waits for the 2-1, and it's fisted. Little bat handle flare right back to the mound, and it's caught by Mason Gutman to end the inning. So when it is all said and done, it's no harm, no foul. There is a hit by pitch, no hits, no runs, 1 runner left on base. After 1.5, scoreless game between the Panthers and the Spartans on the PSM Baseball High School Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. We expected a pitcher's duel, and so far it has delivered. We go to the bottom of the second inning, scoreless between the Snider Panthers and the Homestead Spartans. Noah Hess on the bump. The Snider left-hander will start it off against cleanup hitter Luke Nysonger, and the first pitch is a changeup that drops into the dirt. Nysonger swings and misses over the top of it, 0-1. Nysonger, a .373 hitter, 3 home runs, 12 knocked in. And the pitch, good breaking ball, backdoored him on the outside corner. And quickly, Hess ahead of Nysonger, 0-2. Works quickly. Fastball, waist pitch, high and outside. And Nysonger had no interest in chasing. Defense plays straight away. The 1-2 pitch. And that bounces just in front of the plate. And evens things up 2-2. Again, Noah Hess, through 23 1/3 innings, has only allowed 1 walk. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Tailing heat at the letters on the outside corner. Nysonger swings through it, and there's 1 away, and that is the second strikeout for Noah Hess. Brings up Connor Deem, the Spartans first baseman, a .344 average, and a slow breaking ball. Swing and a miss by Deem, 0-1. Deem with a double, a triple, and 6 knocked in on the season. Right-handed hitter against the left-hander, and a backdoor breaking ball catches the outside corner. And quickly Hess ahead of Connor Deem, 0-2. Hess ready. The 0-2 pitch, elevated fastball, swing and a miss. That is 3 straight retired by strikeout by Noah Hess. 2 outs, bottom of the second. Base is empty for Aiden Phillips. Phillips batting .286. Right-handed hitter. Off-speed pitch, looked like a changeup away, and it missed the outside corner, 1-0. And the same spot, 2-0. Phillips, a 6'2" junior infielder for the Spartans. Hitters count, 2-0. And a breaking ball that breaks inside, and Hess is a pitch away from his second walk allowed on the season. 2 outs, base is empty, the 3-0. That's in there at the knees on the inside corner. Caught the edge. Hess trying to work his way all the way back with the 3-1 delivery. And he goes to a breaking ball that breaks inside for ball 4. A 2-out walk for Aiden Phillips. And the Spartans have a runner aboard for Gray Stockwell.
Back for Homestead, number 20.
A .344 hitter.
Gray Stockwell.
Center fielder for Homestead. 6'2" junior for Stockwell. The stretch and the pitch, and that is lifted, foul, out of play. Hess ahead of Stockwell, 0-1. The stretch and a snap throw to first. Diving back is Phillips. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the second inning. A runner at first. Scoreless game. The pitch. Soft breaking ball that drops in over the inside edge. And Hess has gotten ahead of Stockwell, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Wasted one, high and away, and the throw down to first behind the runner, and no problem for Phillips, sliding in well ahead of the tag. Snider on the infield as Snavely at third. Davis is at short. Rowe at second. Fry is the first baseman. The pitch, a breaking ball, and that is just inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stockwell at the plate, and the pitch. Elevated heat, a swing and a miss. And Noah Hess strikes out the side, sandwiched around a 2-out walk to Aiden Phillips. So a runner is left on, but through 2 complete. We're scoreless between the Panthers and the Spartans on the PSM Baseball High School Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Snider coming to bat at the top of the third inning. A scoreless game. It's a pitcher's duel between the Homestead Spartans left-hander Mason Gutman and left-hander Noah Hess for the Panthers. Hitters 8, 9, and 1 to face Gutman, and the first pitch is a fastball to the outside corner for strike 1 to Trevor Jarvis. .244 hitting left fielder, bats from the right side against the southpaw, and another elevated fastball's too high, and it's even, 1-1. The windup, swing and a miss, blew some high heat past him. Ball and 2 strikes on Jarvis. 3 doubles, a triple, a home run so far this season for Jarvis. And the pitch. breaking ball in the dirt. Evens it up 2-2. Jarvis, a senior outfielder. Pitch, that's high, and it's gone full on the number 8 hitter leading off here in the top of the third in a scoreless game. The windup and the pitch, the payoff, called strike 3. Tucked it in high in the zone on the inside corner. Ring him up, and that is the third strikeout for Mason Gutman and the first out of the third.
Next up, the
base is empty with one away for number 9 hitter Jaden Garcia. First pitch, catches the outside corner, a fastball with a check swing from Garcia. The called strike makes it 0-1. Garcia hitting .281 so far this season, and a curveball breaks in there, and Garcia's looking, and he's behind 0-2. Gutman works quickly, and the 0-2 slides inside. 1-2. The pitch, that's way up and in, and it's evened up on Garcia 2-2 with Brandon Logan due to bat for the second time in the on-deck circle. Top of the third, scoreless game, and the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts starts things in the third. And with 2 outs and the base is empty, the Panthers will send up their leadoff hitter, Brandon Logan. Struck out his only time up to start the game. Logan batting from the right-handed batter's box. The lefty delivers, and that one plunks him right on the number 4 on his back. A hit by pitch with 2 outs gives the Panthers a base runner for Cam Davis.
For Snider, number 2, Camden Davis.
Here we go, Cam.
Davis pop up to second base and shallow right. His first time up. Came into the game hitting .439. Open stance from the right-handed batter's box. And the pitch. Good fastball right on the corner at the knees. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Logan takes his lead off first, trying to get a read on the lefty, and he's off and running. Pitches down low, and it pops out of the throwing hand of Johnny Enkenbrook, and another stolen base for Brandon Logan. Well, he waited 1 pitch to get a read, and then the second pitch off and running, and Logan doing what Logan does, turning 1 base into 2 and sometimes into 3. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch to Davis is low, 2-1. It's our first runner to get into scoring position. We're in the top of the third. Scoreless game, Snider and Homestead. Snider bats, Davis waits, and the pitch popped up. Logan was off and running. The pitch in foul ground, first base side, and it falls harmlessly down by the Snider bullpen. So it's a 2-2 count on Davis. 2 outs. Top of the third. Brandon Logan, the lead off second. Mason Gutman goes to the stretch, and the lefty delivers, and that one's in the air. Shallow left, back is shortstop, Luke Nysonger, and he will actually make the catch, staying on the dirt, right at the back of the dirt where it meets the outfield grass. But that is the third out of the inning, and it ends the Panthers' third. Well, they threatened they get a runner into scoring position, but that's about as close as anybody's come to scoring so far. Through 2.5 innings, it is zip-zip between Snider and Homestead on the high school baseball game of the week, presented by Parkview Sports Medicine and PSM Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Scoreless, bottom of the third, hitters 8, 9, and 1 due up. Schieffel pops it in the air, and Braylon Schieffel pops it up to center field, and that's no problem for Brandon Logan. He trots in shallow center, makes the catch, 1 away, For the Spartans in the bottom of the third, still scoreless. Pitchers duel between the Spartans' Mason Gutman and the Panthers' Noah Hess. So with one out, Spartans will send up number 9 hitter Will Karshner. Karshner hitting .306 on the year. And the first pitch fouled straight back into the screen for strike one. So far, still waiting for our first hit of the ball game. The 0-1 shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes low for first ball of the at-bat. It evens it up 1-1. Back to the top of the order next, Shane Bardwell in the on-deck circle. And the 1-1. And that hit him. Another one that breaks inside and catches number 9 hitter Will Karshner. It is the second batter we've seen hit. And after a walk in the second inning, it's now a hit by pitch that puts a runner aboard here in the third. And it's back to the top of the order. Karshner the lead and the pitch. Bardwell shows bunt, pulls it back, takes ball one. The throw to first is late. Scoreless game, bottom of the third. One out and a fastball taken for a strike by Bardwell. And the count evens up 1-1. Karshner at first. The pitch to Bardwell in the air, center field. Logan. All kinds of space. Moves about 3 steps to his right, makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
Don't put the world away for a minute. Pretend I don't.
Karshner, the runner at first for Johnny Ankenbrook with 2 outs.
Number 4, Johnny.
Scoreless game, bottom of the third, and a beautiful day here in Fort Wayne. Nothing but blue skies. Temperatures continue on the climb. The stretch by Hess and the pitch. Fastball missed high and outside. Ankenbrook came in hitting .375. Had a fly ball out to center his first time up. And the pitch, that's right down the chute, and it evens the count 1-1. Hess, the big lefty, against the right-handed hitter. And the pitch grounded towards second. Gobbled up by Kevis Rowe. He'll throw to first, and that will retire the side 4-3. So we've played 3 of a game scheduled for 7. And so far, it is scoreless. All zeros on the board between the Snider Panthers and the Homestead Spartans on the high school baseball game of the week, presented by PSM Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. As we head to the fourth in a scoreless game, both teams are going to send the meat of their order up this inning. But so far, both teams are looking for their first hit of the game. Hitters 3, 4, and 5 due up for both sides here in the fourth, and it starts with the Snider Panthers, Landon Fry. A couple of lefties hooking up in a pitcher's duel here in game 1 of 2 at Homestead High School. Mason Gutman for the Spartans, Noah Hess for the Panthers. And Gutman is ready as Fry steps into the right-handed batter's box. Lefty-righty matchup. And the first pitch of the fourth. And that's high in the air. Should be playable. Right center. Over is right fielder Shane Bardwell. The lefty makes the catch. Over in the gap. And there's 1 away. Ball just hit too high. And Stockwell and Bardwell converged on it. Both got pretty much to the baseball, and it was right fielder Shane Bardwell that ended up making the catch. So with 1 out, bases empty, cleanup hitter Isaiah Snavely. He's a left-handed stick against the southpaw. And the first pitch, a breaking ball that stays upstairs. Snavely tied for the team lead in home runs with Brandon Logan. Both have 3, and this fastball's down and inside. And it's 2-0 on the Panthers cleanup hitter. 1 out. Bases empty in the fourth, and a foul ball right straight back to the screen to make it 2-1 on Snavely. Snavely, just a sophomore, having a solid season with a .396 average. The 2-1, and that's in the air. Shallow right field in. Bardwell camps under it and makes the catch. Couple of fly balls to right. We've got 2 outs, bases empty, and Brady Keck will be the hitter.
Next up to bat for Snider.
Very light breeze, not much at all. The wind we do have, or breeze we have, would be blowing out toward right field. First pitch to Keck is down low, ball 1. Keck hit by a pitch, his only time up there. And that one also a little low. Just on the bottom side of the kneecap, and it's 2-0. Gutman winds and delivers. And that one popped in the air, drifting toward the seats on the first base side. And catcher Johnny Ankenbrook gave it a good run, but it bounces on the concourse. Two balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, top of the fourth inning. We're scoreless between the Homestead Spartans, came in with a 15-2 record, and the Snider Panthers at 13-3. The 2-1. And that is lined, our first hit of the game, through the 5.5 hole into left field. No doubt about it. No scorer's decision required. A clean base hit with 2 outs by Brady Keck, and he's aboard. And the inning continues for Jack Moorman.
Next up to bat for Snider, number 8, Jack Moorman.
Product of falling behind for Gutman. Tried to come back from 2-0 and left a pitch over the mid-zone, and Keck drilled it. Moorman goes after the first pitch and fouls it back out of play. 2 out, runner at first. Top of the fourth inning, scoreless game. Snider, Homestead. Jack Moorman waits at the plate. Slow step to first, and that was read all the way by Brady Keck. Pretty much back to the bag before Gutman even completed the throw to first. The lefty goes to the set. Pitch. And that one in the air, right side. Toward the line, Bardwell over, foul ground, makes the catch. And it's all Shane Bardwell here in the top of the fourth inning. 3 flyouts to right, 2 of them in fair territory, 1 in foul. A runner is stranded, and it's the first hit of the game for the Snider Panthers here in the top of the fourth. Through 3.5, we're halfway home here in game 1 of 2, and it's all tied up, zip, zip, between the Panthers and the Spartans on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Going to the bottom of the fourth inning, and the first 0 on the scoreboard has been changed to a 1, and it's not the run column. Snider gets the first hit of the game in the top half of the frame, and now the Spartans come up with hitters 3, 4, and 5. It starts with Cole Kintz, and a slow breaking ball. Swing and a miss for strike 1 to Kintz. Kintz, a strikeout victim, his only time up to end the first. The pitch, high heat, swing and a miss, and quickly Noah Hess ahead of Cole Kintz, 0-2. Hess winds up the 0-2 pitch, wasted outside, 1-2. Kintz came in batting .375. And a breaking ball in on the hands, grounded to Snavely at third. Little sidearm throw over to first, and there's 1 away. We kind of anticipated this had the potential to be a pitcher's duel coming into the game.
Number 2.
You had Gutman with a 0.00 earned run average, not allowing a run through 17 2/3 prior to today. And Noah Hess has thrown 22 1/3 innings before today's start and allowed only 1 earned run. And the first pitch to Luke Neisonger popped in the air, foul ground, first base side, and Jack Mormon, the catcher, has it go off his glove and drop it. Neisonger with new life. Neisonger struck out his only time up. 373 hitter, starting play, 3 home runs. He's got some pop in the bat. Right-handed hitter waits on the southpaw's offering, and a swing and a miss at a fastball, and the bat slips out of Neisonger's hands. He'll go collect it, but he's in an 0-2 hole. The windup and the 0-2. Breaking ball, tried to backdoor it on the outside corner, and just a piece for Neisonger, and it deflects right into Jack Mormon, the catcher. He drops down. He feels that one. He is bent over at the hips, shaking his head, feeling the effects of that foul ball. We just say that's not the spot you want to take it. It's 0-2. Our home plate umpire is taking plenty of time. He walked a baseball out to Hess. Now he slowly walked his way up to the plate, dusts it off, checks with Mormon to make sure he's got feeling back. And here comes the 0-2. Fastball just off the edge. Pretty good spot for that 0-2 pitch. A tailing fastball that drifts off the outer edge. And this one fouled right side, and that will get out of play. Neisonger battling, but he is behind. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Spartan shortstop. Here's the pitch. That's inside. Almost committed, and the ball broke right into almost the hip of Neisonger, and he was able to keep the bat back, and it's 2-2. Working quickly, the pitch, a breaking ball, and he just throws Neisonger at the plate. Called strike 3, second time Neisonger a strikeout victim. And that is the 5th strikeout so far in the game for Noah Hess. 2-way bases empty, still here in the bottom of the 4th for Connor Deem. And he lifts one high in the air, shallow right. Drifting in is Jaden Garcia, the right fielder. And he will make the catch, put it away, and it's a 1-2-3, bottom of the 4th. We cruise along right where we started. Still 0-0 between the Panthers and the Spartans. A pitcher's duel here at Homestead on the PSM Baseball High School Baseball Game of the Week. 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. We head to the 5th inning, a scoreless game. It's pitcher's duel between the Spartans' Mason Gutman and the Panthers' Noah Hess. A couple of lefties that are putting up nothing but zeros so far. Only 1 hit in the ball game, and that came last inning off the bat of Snider's Brady Keck. And so Snider bats top of the 5th with the bottom third of their order, starting with pitcher Noah Hess.
Now up to bat for Snider, number 17, Noah Hess.
Hess, a left-handed batter against the southpaw. And Gutman, with the glove over half his face, will start the windup. And he got it up on the hands, and it's popped in the air, foul ground, third base side. And it's catcher Johnny Enkenbrook that makes the play. Tosses the helmet with the white headband, the wide white headband, keeping the hair out of his eyes. Enkenbrook makes the catch, and there's 1 away.
Next up to bat for Snider, number 10, Trevor Jarvis.
Trevor Jarvis bats for the second time, a strikeout victim, his only plate appearance back at the 3rd. The windup for Gutman and the pitch. Missed it outside, ball 1. Gutman delivers, and it's fouled straight back. 1-1. So far, no runs, 1 hit, no errors for Snider. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Spartans. Top of the 5th inning. Gutman winds up. 1-1. And it's foul tipped into the glove of Johnny Enkenbrook, and Gutman ahead of Jarvis, 1-2. The pitch, slow pitch, hangs in the zone. It's lifted deep left center. That is back, and that is down on the warning track. Splits the outfield, and it is a double for Jarvis as he pulls up out at second base with his 4th double of the year. And that ball carried. Got high in the sky, and both Will Karshner in left and Gray Stockwell in center just kept running, and the ball kept carrying, and it dropped on the warning track for a 1-out double. And now Snider, who has the second hit of the ball game, has a runner in scoring position for 9-hitter Jaden Garcia. And a fastball that catches the knees at the outside corner. Strike one. Garcia struck out back in the 3rd. Came in hitting .281. He's got 5 knocked in on the season. The 0-1 pitch. That's low. Throw behind the runner and on to second. Diving back in is Jarvis. A single last inning. And now a double here in the 5th. Snider trying to be the first to get on the board. Gutman with the 1-1. Shows bunt, and it is bunted. Foul right back into the screen behind home. And Gutman takes a 1-2 advantage in the count against Jaden Garcia. Shortstop Luke Neisonger cheating over towards second base. Big hole on the left side of the infield between short and third. The stretch, the pitch, and it's popped in the air. Middle of the diamond. Neisonger calls and makes the catch. The shortstop with the putout, and that's 2 away, and it's back to the top. And with the base open, you wonder if they'll just put him on. Brandon Logan is the one hitter I think that is feared most in this Snider lineup.
Brandon Logan.
417 hitter. He's got 21 knocked in on the year. At least they will show that they're pitching to him. No, they won't. I think Coach Byhall took a look at the lineup card just like I was. He said, nah, I'd rather deal with Cam Davis. So the intentional walk trotting down to first is Logan. You don't have to throw the pitches, so Logan gets the pass. And it's 2 base runners aboard, but 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning, a scoreless game. And Cam Davis hitting in the 2 spot, 0 for 2 in the game. Waits on the first pitch from Gutman, and that breaks off the plate wide for ball 1. A lot of tail on the action of the fastball from Mason Gutman. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch right at the letters for a called strike, 1-1. Jarvis at second, Logan at first. 2 outs, scoreless game in the 5th, and this one down and in, and it's 2-1 on Cam Davis. Davis finds a way to reach. It's Landon Fry, the 3-hitter, in the on-deck circle for the Panthers. Gutman a lefty. Davis, open stance for the right-handed batter's box in the 2-1. High in the air. That's in shallow left center. On is Gray Stockwell, and they miss it. Stockwell and Karshner, little confusion out in the outfield, and the ball drops, and that's going to score a run. Coming in with the first run of the game, Trevor Jarvis on the missed pop-up that should have ended the inning. Popped high in the air, shallow left center.
Number 5.
Stockwell was there, and he just didn't hang on to it. So that'll be the first error of the game. And it's runners at the corners. Davis at first. Logan made it all the way to third. And it's Landon Fry now with 2 outs. And the pitch. And that one in the air. Foul ground first base side, but that is slicing and will be out of play. The run allowed, the first run given up this season by Mason Goopman. It's unearned. Stretch and the pitch. And that's grounded right to short. Nysonger played it perfectly, throws to first, and a scoop over at the first base bag by Connor Deem. And the side is retired. But Snider gets a run in the top of the fifth inning. On one hit, they leave a couple of runners on base. And as we head to the bottom of the fifth, it's now Snider 1, Homestead nothing on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week. 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. To the bottom of the fifth, we've got a run on the board. It's the Snider Panthers who lead it over the Homestead Spartans 1-0. Homestead sends up hitters 6, 7, and 8, and the first ball chopped on one high hop right back to the mound. Hess fields, steps, throws, one away. Aiden Phillips retired on the put out back to the pitcher. And so with one out, bases empty, it's Gray Stockwell. Stockwell, a junior outfielder, right-handed hitter. First pitch buckles him up, and he takes a breaking ball low for ball one. Hess just plucked Stockwell in the back, but that is a base runner for the Spartans. And that is the second hit by pitch of the game, thrown by Noah Hess, the Snider pitcher.
Next up to bat for Homestead, number 11, Braylon Sheeper.
Spartans still looking for their first hit, batting in the bottom of the fifth. But they have walked once and been hit by pitch a couple of times. First pitch to Braylon Sheeple is fouled back. Strike one. Stockwell representing the potential tying run with the leadoff first. One out, and the pitch to Sheeple. Swing at a changeup away. 0-2. Noah Hess brings the 0-2 pitch and wastes a fastball high and outside to make it 1-2. That's pretty much been the pattern for Hess on the 0-2 pitch. Fastball up and away. Then comes back with a changeup that stays outside, a little low. 2-2. Stockwell the lead, 3 steps off first. Stretch by Hess, and the pitch. And that is high and outside. Well, after 0-2, count runs up to 3-2 on Sheeple. The payoff went with a changeup. And Sheeple did a nice job of keeping the barrel back and staying with it, fouling it into the screen. Hess the stretch. Snap throw to first, diving back at Stockwell. 1-0 game. Snider leads it with a run in the top half of the inning. Bottom of the fifth. And the pitch. And it's in on the hands, but fighting it off, Sheeple. Foul ball right over our heads, and it is still a 3-2 count. Sheeple, 3.57 average, and the payoff. And again, a pitch away that he just kind of swings the wrist at, fouls it up and out of play. Stockwell, the runner at first. The 3-2. And again, in the air, and it's slicing toward the right field line, and into foul territory. It will drop as Jaden Garcia couldn't run it down. Good at bat by Sheeple. It's a tough out so far for Noah Hess. Sheeple just keeping this at bat alive on the 3-2, and I believe this is going to be the 9th pitch of the at bat. The set by Hess, the payoff. Breaking ball, and again Sheeple stays back on it. and fouls it out of play. A lengthy at bat with 1 out and a runner at first. Bottom of the 5th. Homestead trailing at 1-0. Again, the payoff. That's lined toward right field and down for a hit near the right field line. Rounding second, not slowing down, is Stockwell. He's going to go to third. Runners on the corners for the Homestead Spartans. And the tying run now 90 feet away with 1 out for number 9 hitter Will Karshner. What an at-bat for Braylon Schiefel. Just kept fouling pitches off, and then went with a pitch away and lined it over the first baseman, Landon Fry's head, and dropped it into right field over toward the right field line. So it's Stockwell at third, Schiefel at first, and we'll get a pinch runner. Spartans will send out Blake Melton to run for Schiefel. Melton, 5'8" junior. One out. Stockwell at third. Blake Melton, the runner, at first. And now we're going to have a visit from the pitching coach. So a little break as Snider gathers out on the mound. All of the infielders, the catcher, and the pitcher getting a talk here. With first and third, there's a lot of things to discuss defensively. It's not necessarily about concern over the pitcher as much as it is defensive strategies here.
Spartan Athletics. See the difference.
What to do if he squares, what to do if the runner goes, what to do if the runner goes and then stops. Snyder's got a lot of things to think about here with the Spartans in a 1-run game. It's 1-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Inning started with a tapper back to the mound, and then Stockwell hit by a pitch, and Braylon Schiefel got the first hit of the game for the Homestead Spartans. Now he's been pinch run for by Blake Melton. So it's runners at first and third. Number 9 hitter Will Karshner with a .306 average and 9 knocked in this year steps into the right-handed batter's box. Third baseman Isaiah Snavely comes in on the grass. Hess will step off. Take a look over at third. Pressure situation here in the bottom of the 5th. Snider just took a 1-0 lead, and they show bunt. Safety squeeze, and it's fouled back. Shane Bardwell would be up next, top of the Homestead order. Bardwell with a couple of pop-outs. Snap throw to first, and again, Karshner was squared up at the plate, showing bunt. One out, the pitch, and it's a bunt that again is fouled straight back. Took a chop behind the plate, went back to the screen, and now Karshner's put himself in an 0-2 hole, not getting the bunt down. Snider with the unearned run in the top of the 5th has a 1-0 lead. There's runners at first and third. And a little toss over to first. Not close. The 0-2. That's outside, and then a delayed steal, and the throw will go into center field, and it's going to allow the tying run. Gray Stockwell to come in from third. On the 0-2, Milton takes off on a delayed steal. Mormon just reacted when he saw him go and just sailed it over everybody's head into center. Milton not able to advance past second, but the tying run is in. And the 1-2 is a breaking ball that stays outside. 2-2 now on Karshner. So at this point, it could be unearned runs for both sides. That pitch is outside, 3-2. It's a stolen base for Melton. Now the question is whether or not they give the error on the throw to allow the runner to score, or if he was already breaking for the plate, it could be a double steal, but I think he took off when he saw that throw sailing high. Well, after an 0-2 start on a couple of failed bunt attempts, Karshner now has worked it to 3-2 against Hess, who's burning through a lot of pitches here in the bottom of the fifth inning. 1-1 game, 3-2 pitch. That's a called strike three at the knees on the inside corner. Karshner caught looking, and that's the second out of the bottom of the fifth. Go ahead run in scoring position for the top of the order. Shane Bardwell with 2 outs for the Spartans. Bardwell, left-handed batter against the southpaw. And the first pitch is lifted third base side, and that will be out of play. Bardwell popped it to the catcher in foul ground his first time up. Flew out to Brandon Logan in center back in the third. He's 0 for 2. And he shows bunt, bunts it. 3 hops back to the pitcher. Off the mound, Hess. Quick throw to first. And they call him out. They call him out on a bang-bang play over at first base. Not much you can do other than just accept the call if you're Homestead, but that was a close play on a snap throw by the pitcher Noah Hess to first baseman Landon Fry. And it ends the Spartans' bottom of the fifth, and a tying run is all they'll get. But we go to the sixth, all knotted up, 1-1 between the Panthers and the Spartans on the high school baseball game of the week, presented by PSM Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Still a tie game as we go to the sixth. Snider with a run in the top half of the fifth, and the Spartans answer with a run of their own in the bottom half of the fifth inning. So it's 1-1, and Homestead will make a pitching change. Luke Reha, a right-hander. He's a senior, 6'1", will take over for the lefty Mason Gutman. Allowed 1 unearned run over his 5 innings of work, 3 hits. He hit a couple of batters and walked 1, and that was intentional.
Number 23, Luke Rhea.
So Rhea, the right-hander, in a tie game late, 6th inning. First of 2 scheduled today between the Spartans and the Panthers. Just a gorgeous day here in Southwest Fort Wayne. First batter for the Panthers is cleanup hitter Isaiah Snavely, and he goes after the first pitch high in the air, shallow center. In is Stockwell, and he will make the catch. 1 away. Panthers send up Brady Keck, their DH.
For Snider, number 9, Brady Keck.
Keck has reached base both times he's been up there, hit by a pitch in the second and a single in the fourth. Right-handed hitter. Pink and black batting gloves, and he takes a fastball that catches the outside corner, 0-1. Riyad delivers, and a big breaking ball snaps to the low outside corner for a strike, 0-2. Set, and the pitch. Another breaking ball, but that's taken inside. The stretch, the pitch, and chop foul. Rihar will work from the stretch with the bases empty. We've got 1 out. We're in the top of the 6th inning. It's 1-1 between Snider and Homestead. pitch. Big breaking ball and a swing and a miss for a strikeout, and there's 2 away. Rhea comes into this game with a 2-0 record, a 1.11 earned run average through 19 innings. He's given up just 7 hits.
Number 8, Jack Mormon.
5 runs, 3 of them earned. He's walked 10, struck out 27. So base is empty with 2 away for catcher Jack Mormon. The righty-righty matchup and a breaking ball low and outside for ball 1. Homestead trying to improve on their 15-2 mark. Snider comes in 13-3. A fastball just below the knees. Reha behind Mormon, 2-0. The pitch. And that one's a little high, 3-0. Mormon, a pop up to first and a fly ball to right. 0 for 2. And he takes the 3-0, and it's right down the chute, 3-1. Mormon taking all the way on the 3-0 with 2 outs and the bases empty. Top of the 6th inning. The pitch. And that one lifted in the air. Right center. On his right fielder, Shane Bardwell, and he'll call off the center fielder, Gray Stockwell, and Bardwell will make the catch. Side retired, 1-2-3, top of the 6th inning. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, it is a 1-1 game between the Panthers and the Spartans on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Going to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Homestead, first of 2 games these two will play. We will broadcast just the first one, but it's been a good one. Scoreless through the first 4, both teams with a run in the 5th. And a 1-1 game, bottom of the 6th inning, as the Spartans will send up hitters 2, 3, and 4 against Noah Hess, the left-hander that's gone the distance for Snider. And the first pitch to Johnny Ankenbrook is a called strike on the inside corner. Ankenbrook looking for his first hit in his 3rd trip. Fly out to center and a ground ball to second. The 0-1. That's down and in, 1-1. The pitch, slow breaking ball, chop foul at the plate, and it's a ball and 2 strikes on the Spartans catcher. 375 average on the season for Ankenbrook, starting play today. Does have a home run, knocked in 10. And the pitch, high in the air, foul ground, first base side. Over is Fry, and it is foul. Can't see it because it's on the other side of the dugout. A stone enclosure. And so we can't see through it, but Fry couldn't make the catch. So the count stays 1-2 on Ankenbrook. Hess, the left-hander, gets the sign, winds up, and the 1-2 pitch. Slow breaking ball and a swing and a miss by Ankenbrook. And a strikeout starts the Spartans' 6th.
Out in the street, they call it.
That is the 7th strikeout of the game for Noah Hess.
Next up to bat for Homestead.
And with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning, it's Cole Kintz, the designated hitter. Takes a pitch that drops low for ball 1. Kintz, a strikeout and a ground out to 3rd. He's 0 for 2. Pitch, swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up to the high fastball, and it's evened the count up 1-1. Hess delivers, and that's a called strike. At the letters on the inside corner, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kintz. The pitch in the dirt, blocked nicely by Jack Mormon, the Panthers catcher. Nobody on base, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning, 1-1 game. Homestead and Snider And Hess delivers, and it's grounded to short. Davis with the scoop, and on the move, he flips it sidearm over to first, and there's 2 away. Cleanup hitter Luke Nysonger.
Next up to bat for Homestead.
Not a typical Nysonger day so far. Strikeout in the second, and a strikeout looking in the fourth. 373 average on the year. He's got 3 homers, 12 knocked in. And the pitch from Hess. Slow breaking ball, drops in for a strike, 0-1. The windup. Oh, and that one got up and in, but it had hit the bat. Nysonger acting like it hit him, but it kind of an interesting sound. It sounded more like bat than body, but it might have been perhaps a arm guard or the elbow or arm guard, that front arm. So it is a hit by pitch. That's the 3rd batter that has been hit in the game by Noah Hess. Pluck number 9 hitter Will Karshner in the 3rd. And Gray Stockwell got hit by a pitch in the 5th, and he came in to be the only run of the game for the Spartans. So with 2 outs, Nysonger at first for Connor Deem. Hess goes to the set, and the pitch right down the middle, and Deem looks at it for strike 1. Deem struck out in the second, flew out to right in the 4th. 0 for 2 day, and the pitch. And he goes with it, lifting it in the air, right side, long run for second baseman Tavis Rowe. He can't get there. It drops just inside the foul line in shallow right. And now coming around third, Nysonger is going to challenge him. The relay throw gets past Mormon. Nysonger scores. Now heading to third is Deem, and he is thrown out. Aggressive base running by the Spartans, and it produces the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 6th inning. A little pop-up down the right field line that dropped, and Nysonger challenged the relay to home and dives in safely, but the ball bounced away from Mormon. He picks it up and throws out Deem to end the inning, trying to get the extra base at third. But it's an RBI double for Connor Deem. And it is a 2-1 Spartans lead. Last chance for the Panthers in the top of the 7th. We'll come back. It's the high school baseball game of the week presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Gorgeous day for baseball, and we are enjoying it out here at Homestead High School, where the Spartans have just taken a 2-1 lead over the Snider Panthers. And now we go to the 7th, and in high school baseball, this is it. Only 7-inning games, and so Snider down to their final 3 outs, needing a run, and it's the bottom third of the order. Noah Hess, Trevor Jarvis, and Jaden Garcia, the 3 scheduled hitters for Snider against right-hander Luke Ria. Mason Gutman started, went the first 5. Ria would be
now up to bat for Snider,
the winner.
17, Noah Hess.
Improve his record to 3-0. First pitch to Hess is fouled out of play. Ria with a good fastball and a big, hard, sweeping curveball. Right-handed hurler against the left-handed hitter. And the 0-1. And he went with a hard breaking ball, and it broke right into the hitter and hit him on the leg. Another hit by pitch. Gutman had a couple of them. And now that's the 3rd Snider hitter that has been hit with a baseball.
Number 10, Trevor Jarvis.
6 of them in the game. 3 on each side. So the leadoff man and potential tying run aboard here in the top of the 7th for Snider. And it will be Trevor Jarvis. Jarvis, a right-handed hitter, senior outfielder. with Hess taking the lead off first. The pitch, and he shows bunt, missed it. Throw to first, and diving back is the base runner, who I think we've got a pinch runner over at first. Trying to see if that's Hayden Maple that may have come in to run for Hess at first base. Snap throw. Maybe this will show us. It's got to turn around so we can see the back. I think it's Hayden Maple who is running. Maple, a sophomore for the Panthers. And a bunt, chop back to the mound. And the play will be to first. Reha throws and retires Jarvis, but it does advance the runner into scoring position with one out in the top of the 7th inning. So the sacrifice goes 1-3. And Hayden Maple running for Hess now at second base. It'll be number 9 hitter, Jaden Garcia. No, it won't. It will be a pinch hitter.
Next up to bat for Snider, number 14, Raiden Morrow.
And this is Raiden Morrow, who will be the pinch hitter. Saw him last week. Freshman in a clutch spot. And he just checks his swing, and it's a weak liner to third. It's caught. Foul ground by Braylon Schieffel. And the second out of the inning. A little excuse me swing. Morrow just checked it and reached over the plate and got enough of the baseball that it lined softly just wide of third base, and Schieffel was able to backhand the catch. 2 away, top of the order. It's Brandon Logan. First base is empty, and they'll pitch to Logan. And a breaking ball is in for a strike. It's one of those situations where you got to make a call. Do you want to pitch to Logan or put him on? And he would represent a go-ahead run here in the top of the 7th. Breaking ball, and it's an inside-out swing, and he fouls it out of play the opposite way down the right field line. And quickly, Rhea ahead of Logan, 0-2. Two to 1 game. Homestead leads it. Top of the 7th, 2 away. Runner at second. The set and the 0-2. Breaking ball. Called third strike. Broke it in from Logan's shoulder right over the middle of the zone. And the strikeout ends the game here in the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, a runner left. And it is a final here at Homestead, and the Spartans come from behind and defeat the Snider Panthers 2-1 in an instant classic here at Homestead. We'll come back. We'll give you some of the numbers on this one when we return. This is the high school baseball game of the week, presented by PSM Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. What a good game we just saw between the Snider Panthers and the Homestead Spartans, and it's the home team, Homestead, with a run in the bottom of the 5th, adding another in the bottom of the 6th, and winning it 2-1 over Snider. Homestead, with the victory, improves to 16-2 on the year, while the Snider Panthers fall to 13-4. Game 2 of this doubleheader is coming up at about 12 noon. They'll take a brief break and then come back, do it all over again. We will not be here. We've got Tin Caps baseball coming your way this afternoon as the Tin Caps look to take 4 of the first 5 in the series at South Bend. Jaden Taylor will have the call starting at 3:45 with a 4:05 first pitch in South Bend. In this one, a real pitcher's duel between the Spartans' Mason Gutman and the Panthers' Noah Hess. We saw the stats coming in, and we thought 2 good offensive teams and 2 really good pitchers. Who's going to end up prevailing? Well, it was the pitchers who really did their job. Only 4 total base hits in the game, 2 for each side. and Gutman goes the first 5 for the Spartans. Luke Reha picks up the win, pitching the last 2. Noah Hess goes the distance for the Snider Panthers. He suffers the loss, now 3-1 on the year. And Hess was brilliant as well. The only critique is that both sides hit 3 batters. And so we had 6 batters hit by pitch during the course of the game. But really solid work in a pitcher's duel here on a beautiful Saturday morning at Homestead. And the Spartans win it 2-1. A run in the bottom of the 5th that tied it up after Snider scored the game's first run in the top of the 5th. And then Homestead came right back in the bottom of the 6th and scores the winning run on some aggressive base running. Luke Nysonger comes all the way in to score from first base on a little looper down the right field line. And that turned into the winning run, knocked in by Connor Deem. Deem was eventually thrown out at third, but he picks up the game-winning RBI for Homestead. So that is it on the game today, and we will come back and tell you what's ahead when we return to the postgame. Again, our final score, Homestead defeats Snider 2-1 on the PSM Baseball High School Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.